Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, just a quick video on Verasity. One of my subscribers just asked me what's happening with Verasity, and I just wanted to make a contribution to the community. That obviously I'm a Casper Maxi, as you know, but I do have other cryptos as well. So we're gonna try and get into that. Before we look at Verasity, just give me a quick subscribe and a like, please, on my road to 1,000. And yeah, let's get on to it. So listen, I hold Verasity, and I've held it probably for the longest time now. And I've recently kind of restructured my expectations for the bull market. I want to make sure that the community understands. Obviously, I'm very bullish on Verasity, but the profit targets that I was aiming for, I've kind of lowered that to somewhat a more realistic targets, and then hopefully anything I get on top of that and will be kind of my moon bag. So I hope you understand that. So guys, look, my last video on Verasity, I told you that the team has actually done a good job in terms of communicating a bit more, and also actually being more engaged, and obviously they've got a new website. So you can see here, you can actually get your annual staking rewards through the Verasity wallet. I believe officially there's only 10.2 billion in circulation, has been through the last bull run as well. So Verasity obviously is not a new crypto, but the problems that Verasity is targeting are still there and remain. As we actually go and post this video, there's probably going to be about 5 or 10 scam bots looking to do harm to people. So Verasity, there is a clear, advertising perspective, from watch to earn, from the AI narrative. Verasity fits a number of different niches, including gaming, actually, from an AdSense point of view. So it's a fantastic project. However, the communication of the tokenomics has always been the main negative for the project. The project is actually on most of the big exchanges out there, crypto.com being the biggest one there, KuCoin, Mexi, Huobi. I mean, it's on Bybit, OKX. So look, it has one thing that's going for Verasity that no one can take away is the fact that it has a massive community. Yeah, a lot more people ask me about Verasity, obviously after Casper, than any other crypto. Okay, so it's been on all of the different major exchanges. It's on CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, and the price is beaten up quite badly. So what that could mean is in the short term, there's a chance for a slightly more pullback, then a recovery to some sort. But I want to kind of taper the expectations in terms of saying, look, this is going to go to, some people are saying $5, $10, whatever people are saying, because they're just saying 10 billion of these are in circulation. So apparently it has a very good team. You can see the team there. They're showing their faces. They're not hiding behind some avatars, which is always fantastic to see when it comes to these kind of projects. The team have a massive experience in terms of the space. They've recently updated their roadmap, so you can see where we are at the moment. They've actually got some patents as well, and they are putting a lot of effort in being more transparent, which is great. I mean, you can read this in your own time, but 2023 development has been quite impressive, and there's still more to come. Their reviews, ad relevance management. So there's things that they have clearly in the pipeline, which is fantastic to see. And then if you go on to this side, in terms of their community, I mean, you've got 300k followers on Twitter who are fairly engaged. It's one of the most popular cryptos out there. Nobody can deny that at all. And I think it's got a pretty good chance of doing really well in terms of the 2025-2026 bull market. Now, if you look at the charts, obviously the charts have, I'm looking to pick up some more at these lower levels. The price will come back into retesting these actually the wick down or the previous lows, I think, and it's already fairly discounted, fairly cheap crypto. So at one point I stopped DCAing because I reached the a million token mark, and normally with crypto, when I get to the million token mark, I tend to hold off. So if you look over here, in the top 5, you've got my Verasity here. Now what I've done is buy at current prices, but if you look at my sell price, the first sell price is going to be 35 cents on a parabolic level. I've always had a minimum target of $1, but you guys will know, as you start maturing in crypto, you kind of put your expectations against your bag. So when I had 250,000 tokens or 100,000 tokens, I always wanted $1 out of it, regardless of what people told me about tokenomics of it or whatever. But as I accrued more and I looked at the charts and obviously analyzed the overall kind of strength of my bag, I'm more than happy if I can sell at least, quarter or half of my bag at these early stages, up to between 35 and 50 cents, which I think will be the kind of parabolic level. And then obviously from a $4,000 investment, turn it into almost $500,000, depending on where the rest of the price goes. So you can see, actually, from a tokenomics standpoint and from a DCA standpoint, with tokens like this, I normally reach a target of 1 million, especially if they're quite heavily discounted and cheap, and then I just ride the wave with it. But the most important thing there for you and for obviously other people, especially for myself, is 35 cents. I'm not being too greedy. Okay, so obviously we looked at the price, and I think there's obviously more downside to come. To be honest, we've been in this downward trend for a while. We might come to retest these lower levels, and then from there steadily climb back up. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about, so for anyone who's either investing in Verasity for the first time or finding out about Verasity for the first time, it's an open ledger ecosystem to designed to fight advertising fraud, built on the back of the Ethereum blockchain. And it uses a kind of mix of machine learning and AI. And again, Verasity could do well in kind of these kind of ML and AI narratives, which is another thing I like about it, to be honest. So AdSense, when you go to YouTube comments or when you see these spams, and there's so many millions lost to ad fraud every year. But I think this is more of the juicy part for me, that if anyone's going to do, the team should be focusing heavily on this. So Verasity right now has a 10 billion circulation, and on CoinMarketCap you might see the 110 billion, but the 90 billion of that is held back in storage for proof of view tokens. So it's actually for the use of the ecosystem rather than for circulation for selling. So you've got to obviously take that with the view that there will only be 10 billion in circulation that cannot be traded. So the reserves, so Verasity reserves another 10 billion tokens to make potential corporate acquisitions and purchases with new business opportunities through locked token allocations, and they call it the war chest. Okay, and these tokens are not in circulations, but bear in mind, obviously they have the right to, or they reserve the right to, kind of put those out into the market at any time. They can stay, you can have staking with the Vera wallet, which is pretty cool, and it's one of the highest yields actually in the industry, 15%, which is not bad at all. That's a nice juicy bit of passive income there. And then of course it's on all the major exchanges apart from Binance. I don't know if it's on Coinbase, I don't think so, but I could be wrong. And they've actually got some patents that they've announced recently. And so from that, what you got to take from that is the tokenomics side of things is pretty cool. So for me, if this stuff remains over here, you know, if it's that 10, sorry, if it's that 10 billion, then I think it's got the every opportunity in terms of being a decent crypto. If you hold $1 million and you're selling it between 35 and $1, great, but just have a strategy to get out of Verasity and to take profits as and when you can. So am I still holding this? Yes. Do I think it's a great project? Absolutely. But it shouldn't be the main part of your portfolio. I mean, you know, I've got things in order, as you saw on my kind of DCA bag. So what you should be able to do is look at this and say to yourself, look, you know, what am I looking at? And then go through your top 10. And then obviously, you know, we can talk about PLS, PLSX. They're not necessarily in that order, but you make it what you will. I'm shaking out my crypto every day. If you look at the stuff I'm holding and I'm buying, it's all transparent, it's all there. PLS and PLSX, unfortunately, or fortunately, whichever way you got to look at it, do you buy the lows? I mean, I don't hold tons of it, so I'm pretty much immune. The number that I hold is more than that. However, with what's going on with Richard Hart at the moment, that just deserves its own separate video altogether. And yeah, so I'll continue to update this list and bring you the next one. So smash the like, guys, and let me know what you want to talk about next, because once again, this video came from somebody in the comments. Take care, guys. Bye.